I don't know, it's like somebody wrote the perfect movie character for a teacher.
Jamie Morris, 8th grade U.S. history teacher at the Gifted Magnet at Howard Bishop Middle School. I teach a subject that I dearly love. I'm passionate about U.S. history. I can't believe somebody's willing to pay me to do something that I enjoy this much. We have, let's say, certain rituals in the class. I start every class the same way. The only sound I should be hearing is
the sound of pens and pencils,
scratching on the pages of your planner,
as you copy down today's agenda,
and commonplace book.
First day of school, when he came in and just slammed the door and he said the mantra, and I was like, whoa.
Whoa, like, what is going on here?
Might come off maybe like a little intimidating, but once you like get in his class for a while and just like know him, you know that he's really nice and he just kind of wants to make sure that you're listening.
Another is the sign, do your best today. I tell them the first day, there's a talisman in here that has more power, more magic than anything that they've ever been exposed to. And that if they will touch that sign and they will commit themselves to doing their best, that the results will be amazing. And you've seen, I've got the, historical newspapers here in my class. Across the room is the death of Elvis, the Memphis Commercial Appeal. There's a little story behind that one. I spent 10 years in the lumber and building supply business. And there was a salesman that called on me. He said, I've got the Memphis Commercial Appeal the day that Elvis died. Would you like that headline? I said, sure, that would be great. And then out of the blue, he said, I once double dated with Elvis. And I'm thinking to myself, right. But I said, you did? He said, oh yeah. His next trip to Laurel, Mississippi, he had these pictures, and this is before the days of Photoshop. There was no mistaking. It really was Elvis, and it really was him. So I've laughed about that.
It's Dr. Morris, you gotta believe it.
His stories that he tells are very funny, and you'll never forget them because they're just timeless.
He made it clear that you could be who you wanted to be.
And I talked to the Spanish teacher, Mrs. Sayers, and I basically came out to her. She was just like, you should go talk to Dr. Morris about it. He said to me, I grew up with Benji. He was my daughter's best friend all of her life. And when I found out he was gay, it didn't make a difference. He was still like a son to me. And I look at you the same way, Mr. Wynn. And I'll never forget that. As a cancer survivor, Dr. Morris got everybody a Live Strong bracelet.
I joke about this, that I know what it feels like to go to your own funeral.
We were young, we didn't know what that meant. A lot of us didn't, for all intents and purposes, was he ever gonna come back? Was he gonna die and that kind of stuff?
The intercom breaks into the classroom, and the principal says, Dr. Morris, there are some people that would like to come in. And the door opened, and all kinds of my former students, some of them still in high school, some of them out of high school, the parents of students that I taught, they came in and filled the room up. And I was incredibly touched by that.
I told him in 8th grade that I wanted to be a U.S. history teacher and I wanted to do what he did. And so as I went through high school, I kept in touch with him. As I went through college, I kept in touch with him, and I was like, please don't retire before I can get to be your intern. And then lucky enough, I got to be his intern in his last year.
We'll have other teachers. There will be other teachers that are put into his position, but they will never be Dr. James Morris.